Hello, welcome to my channel. It's been a while, and here we go again. So without much ado, um, we're looking at speaking to our children. Speaking to our children. How do you speak to your child? How, as a teacher, how do you speak to your people or your student in the school? As a guardian, how do you speak to that child that lives with you? Today, I want to bring to our notice that the way you speak to your child has so much effect on them. Now, of course, when you praise a child, the child begins to do well, the child begins to do good things. But if you don't praise that child and instead curse that child, abuse that child will begin to behave the other way around. So today, there are so many effects of using wrong words on kids. There are times I've gone into my neighborhood, stroll, and then sometimes some angry mothers will scream at their children all day, idiots, olorubruku. They use names like that. They call them different names, or call them fools, mumu, idiots, so this, that. And I begin to imagine, what's it? What's happening? What is it that these kids have done to actually make their parents abuse them this way? And I got to understand that some of those parents say it out of annoyance, not because of anything. But despite being angry with their child, there are words you shouldn't use on that child. Now, if you begin to use those abusive words on that child, there are so many things you can do to that child. First thing is that it lowers that child's self-esteem. That child cannot go out and stand boldly and talk. After all, my mom does not value me. After all, my dad or my aunt says this to me. So that child loses his high self-esteem, becomes so low that child can't stand up in the midst of people and talk. Because the moment he wants to speak, he remembers the exact words to tell him. He remembers that you called him or the last time. He might end up disgracing himself in the public, and that is why he will not speak. And that thing it does to a child is moral breakdown. Yes, moral breakdown. When you tend to abuse a child, you persist every day. Are you a witch? So I know some, like the Igbo mothers, so they will say, and when you hear it means that this child is a witch. Maybe because of a little mistake the child did, you are saying the child is a witch. And then by the time you go on with these words over time, you're going to break down the moral of that child. That child wouldn't want to behave normal again. After all, my mother thinks I'm not normal. After all, my father thinks I'm not normal. After all, they see me as a witch. So there's no need of becoming a good person. I don't have to strive to become good. So these are things, mistakes we've been doing as parents, and it shouldn't be so. And that thing it does to that child is that child begins to perform low in school. That child it reduces his or her performance in school. Doesn't matter if they're biological kids or not, but learn how to speak nicely to these kids. You don't have to abuse them. So you do something wrong and is what correcting, you want to discipline them, please find a better way to do that. But don't abuse any child. It has so much impact upon them. When they go to school, their friends are talking, my mother did this, my mother did that, they'll be like, even if they want to say anything, because of what you have fed them with, you've made them know that, you're a fool, there's nothing in your brain, and that child wouldn't want to do anything. So today I'm telling you, as a mother, as a parent, as a teacher, as a guardian, you should speak nicely to the kids around you. Don't call them coconut heads. They are not. Every child have their own breaking point when they get to and they break from one point to another. A child could pick up from primary school. A child could also pick up in secondary school. So don't call a child a dullard. He is never dull and she is never a dullard. A child can be very good at singing but not good at some other parts. That doesn't make him a dull child. That child is just being gifted. So I urge you today, speak nicely to the kids around you and see the impact of what you've been telling them, they're going to manifest it. I tell you, they're going to show forth good results, and you'll be amazed at it. So if you're already used to using those harsh words in your kids, making your turn today, speak nicely to them. Tell them you can become whatever you wish to become. If they study hard, just tell them nice words. Tell them nice words, encourage them, and you see them coming back home excited to meet you. See them, mom, I did this today, I did that today. You see the excitement in their eyes and in their hearts. I believe that a word is enough otherwise. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more other interesting content.